Justification. Adversity makes us stronger while excuses keep us stuck. Excuses feel comfortable. They feel safe. But at the same time, they are invisible chains binding us to mediocrity. Epictetus once said, "No one is free until they take responsibility for themselves." This means you truly grow up when you stop blaming others. When you stop saying "I can't because" and start asking "How can I?" Only by taking full responsibility for your life can you truly steer it. Look around. How many people have dreamed of change but never begun? They have plans, talent and aspirations. Yet they remain imprisoned by the two words tomorrow, and that tomorrow never seems to come. The Stoics didn't believe in perfect circumstances. They believe in action. They know that waiting for the ideal situation is the most subtle way to procrastinate. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not waste time arguing about what a good person should be. Be that person." This is a wake-up call for all of us. You don't need to wait any longer. You just need to start. Excuses are the mind's way of seeking comfort, while action is the soul's way of seeking freedom. And freedom, as the Stoics understood, always comes with responsibility. Responsibility for your time, your choices, and for yourself. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have you missed just because you accepted a reason that sounded valid? "I'm tired. I don't have enough resources. I'm afraid of failing." In reality, you're not tired. You've just lost motivation. You don't lack resources. You just haven't used everything available to you. And you're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of others seeing you fail. The Stoics taught that greatness begins with daring to face yourself. To look squarely at your excuses and say enough. From today, I will no longer let any excuse define who I am. I will do what needs to be done. Even if it's imperfect, even if I'm not fully ready, even if no one believes in me, because that is true strength. When you remove the excuses, you create space for action. And every action, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you can. You cannot consider yourself strong if you constantly surrender to your excuses. Strength doesn't come from perfection, it comes from consistency. Each time you say, "I will do this," and actually follow through, you reaffirm to yourself, "I am trustworthy. I am disciplined. I am moving forward." And then one day you will look back and realize every limit that ever existed in your life was created by you. And it is also you who will break them. Remember, the world doesn't care how many reasons you have. The world only sees results and the mindset you bring to your actions. The Stoics don't seek ease. They seek the inner strength to keep moving forward when every excuse tells them to stop. So tomorrow morning, before you say, "I can't," pause for a moment, take a deep breath and say, "Reasons do not define me." Because you were not born to make excuses. You were born to take action. Step 5. Kindness is my step 5 and 6. Kindness plus living in the present strength. In the modern world, people often confuse strength with power, speed, or the ability to win. But the Stoics saw it differently. True strength comes from inner steadiness and kindness. Kindness is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it is a quiet expression of courage and self-mastery. When you act with kindness without expecting anything in return, you are affirming that you are not controlled by others' reactions or approval. You are in control of yourself and how you respond. Imagine a tense situation, a colleague making things difficult, someone judging you, or a stranger being rude. The natural reaction for many is anger, retaliation, or revenge. But kindness allows you to pause, choose a conscious way to respond, and maintain your character. This is the strength the Stoics valued, not being dragged down by external chaos, but remaining composed and grounded in your own integrity. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be kind but don't be exploited. Be strong but not arrogant." Kindness is an energy that spreads. It affects not only those who receive it, but also yourself. When you practice kindness, you strengthen your self-respect, enhance your capacity for empathy, and create a positive environment around you. Someone who merely endures or goes along with others isn't wise. They don't generate true strength. True strength comes from self-mastery and choosing kindness in every situation, even when it's difficult. Kindness is also a way to cultivate courage in the face of life's temptations. The temptation to react hastily, to seek revenge, or to blame others. When you respond with patience, understanding, and kindness, you not only protect yourself from stress, but also create a positive influence that impulsive words or actions could never achieve. The Stoics believe that every act of kindness is an inner victory. You don't need to wait for others to acknowledge it. You don't need to prove anything. You simply act rightly, honestly, and compassionately. And others will notice, not through words, but through how they feel in your presence. Practicing kindness does not mean being soft or weak. It doesn't mean allowing others to take advantage of you or abandoning your principles. It is a delicate balance. You uphold your values and standards while still treating others with compassion. It is precisely this combination, calm, strong, and kind, that creates enduring magnetism. Each morning, remind yourself kindness is my strength. Let this phrase guide every action, every word, every decision throughout the day. When you live this way, you not only make the world around you better, but you also become steadier, wiser, and more resolute yourself. Kindness is a quiet strength, unassuming, unobtrusive, yet powerful enough to make others feel safe, respected, and drawn to you. When you understand this, you realize that true strength isn't about overpowering others. It's about creating a positive impact through your own self-mastery and compassion. Step 6. I live fully in the present. Each morning when you wake up, what do you do first? Check your phone, read the news, or dwell on unfinished tasks from yesterday. The Stoics pause. They know that the past is gone. The future has not yet arrived. And only the present is where you truly live. The present is not just a fleeting moment. It is the only opportunity to make choices, and to become a better version of yourself. Stoicism emphasizes that happiness does not lie in having everything go your way, but in how you experience each moment. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "True happiness is living fully in each second without being entangled in what is past or worrying about what is yet to come." When you embrace the present, you are not denying difficulties, failures, or challenges. On the contrary, you see them clearly, accept them, and use them as opportunities to learn. Imagine facing a busy, stressful day. If you keep dwelling on what happened yesterday, or worrying about the future, you'll feel overwhelmed. But if you remind yourself, live in the present, you begin to focus on each step, each action, each choice. Every task you do becomes more meaningful rather than being lost in the invisible flow of time. Living in the present also helps you regain control over your mind. When you are not swayed by the past or the future, you can view every situation with clarity and insight. You don't react impulsively. You choose to act deliberately. This is why the Stoics radiate a special kind of magnetism. They are not swept away by chaos. They act with awareness, and every action reflects a strong inner value. The present is also where you experience the simplest joys. The aroma of morning coffee, sunlight streaming through the window, the laughter of loved ones, moments that may seem small but can shape your mood for the entire day. When you truly live fully, you begin to see the value in every detail that you might have previously overlooked. The Stoics taught that the present is your greatest asset, not in accumulating possessions, but in cultivating awareness. When you live in the present, you realize that worry doesn't weaken you. It is merely a challenge to practice calmness. When you face difficulties with a clear mind, you become strong and self-mastered. Each morning, remind yourself, I live fully in the present. Don't let the past weigh you down, and don't let the future control your fears. Use the present to act, to learn, to love, and to grow. Because when you live fully in each moment, you become stronger, more steadfast, and naturally magnetic with every passing day. Life waits for no one. The present is the only gift you truly have. And those who cherish it, who live fully in it, are the ones who possess true strength and freedom. Looking back at the 6 Stoic closing and call to action reminders we've explored, you'll realize that true strength doesn't come from appearance, fame, or fleeting success. It comes from the choices you make every day, from how you speak to yourself, and from how you engage with life. By reminding yourself that you are capable, that the past does not control you, that your mind is yours, that reasons do not define you, that kindness is strength, and that the present is the only gift you have. You are building a solid mental foundation. These principles not only help you become confident and calm, but they also make every action you take more meaningful, from the smallest tasks to the biggest decisions. The Stoics believe that you cannot control the world, but you can control your reactions, thoughts, and actions. When you master your mind and attitude, you become freer, steadier, and naturally magnetic to others. You don't need to prove anything. You simply live according to your values, and that earns you respect and admiration. Let these reminders become part of your morning routine. Start your day with, I am capable. Past does not control my mind. Reasons do not define me. Kindness is my strength. I live fully in the present. Say them aloud, whisper them, or reflect on them in a quiet moment. The key is to acknowledge them and truly believe in them. If this video resonates with you, leave a comment. I choose clarity, a commitment to live each day with awareness, purpose, and steadiness. Hit like, share, and subscribe to continue the journey of strengthening your inner power, living according to Stoic philosophy, and becoming the best version of yourself. Because in the end, true magnetism doesn't come from how others see you, but from how you live and feel about yourself each day. Live fully with self-mastery and calmness. That is the quiet strength that makes you unforgettable.